over the years, Elon Musk has found himself in some pretty heated arguments with ex-presidents, reality TV stars, and a handful of A-list celebrities. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 celebrities who can't stand Elon Musk. At number 10, we have George Clooney. In 2013, George Clooney sat down for an interview where he didn't give a much glowing review for the electric vehicle, and it was developed by Elon Musk. George would note that he was the first person to own a Tesla, and he said since getting it, he always finds himself stuck in the middle of the road. He then went on to say that Elon needs to make the vehicles work because they aren't working so well now. Elon would clap back in a tweet by saying, in other news, George Clooney reports that his iPhone 1 had a bug back in 07. Gotta work on those customer service skills, Elon. I mean, to be fair, it probably didn't feel great to have a celebrity trash your product, but he didn't choose such a great way to respond to the issue. At number 9, we have Mark Zuckerberg. It's gotten to the point where Elon and Mark Zuckerberg don't even try to hide that they dislike each other. Back in 2016, Mark's $200 million satellite exploded in a pre-launch fire test accident, which was attached to one of Musk's SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets. Mark would go on to say that he was deeply disappointed that the SpaceX launch destroyed his satellite that would have provided connectivity to a lot of people across the continent. Elon would come out to say it was his fault, and he did offer him a free launch to make up for it, and Mark's company did have insurance. The two tech giants have also publicly feuded over the future of artificial intelligence, and Elon has even said that Mark's understanding of it is pretty limited. Are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. At number 8, we have Grimes' mom. Now, Grimes' mom has never been particularly keen on her daughter's ex-partner. When Musk would reference The Matrix by saying, "Take the red pill," Grimes' mother would respond by saying, if your partner went through a challenging pregnancy and childbirth in the last 2 weeks and you were over 16 years old, would you be blaring MRA nonsense on Twitter right now? Now, the red pill reference is a concept that's been adopted by the right-wing groups, men's right activists, and basically anyone who hates women. Now, Grimes' mom has since deleted the tweets, but she definitely wasn't impressed with what she read, and I definitely don't blame her. At number 7, we have Jeff Bezos. Apparently, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk once had dinner together back in 2004 to exchange ideas as friendly rivals. But as the two began their race into space, the friendly rivalry stopped being so polite and it started to get really heated. Their first dispute would happen in 2013 when NASA stopped using their launch pad and offered up their historic launch complex 39A for private use. Naturally, the two competitors would compete over the right to use it, and Jeff would then file a complaint to challenge Musk. However, he would lose, and it would opt Musk to sign a 20-year lease for the exclusive rights on the famous site. Jeff would then go on to hire a former SpaceX vice president after Musk would fire him, and Elon would then go on to secure another NASA contract, and it would leave Bezos livid. At number 6, we have Jeremy Clarkson. So for the last 14 years, Elon Musk has been publicly feuding with Jeremy Clarkson. The drama started all the way back in 2008 when a Tesla vehicle, the Roadster, was featured on an episode of Top Gear. At the time, Jeremy was actually still one of the show's presenters, and he stated that the Roadster could only run for 55 miles on a single charge, and to rub salt into the wound, footage would show the car being pushed back into a hangar after its battery ran out. Elon definitely wasn't going to let the show get away with it, so in 2011 he actually sued BBC for libel and malicious falsehood while stating that the breakdowns were staged and that the statements were untrue. A judge would later rule that no one reasonably would compare a vehicle on a track to its performance on the street, and Elon would try to appeal the case, but it would also be unsuccessful. At number 5, we have Meghan McCain. Now, Twitter has lost its charm for many lately, but it seems like nothing can stop Elon Musk from speaking his mind. When Elon first tried to back out of a $44 billion deal to buy Twitter, he found himself in a little bit of controversy after sending out a post praising large families. When Elon tweeted that he was doing his best to help the underpopulation crisis, Meghan McCain slammed Elon Musk's intentions, alleging that they didn't come off as genuine. They didn't come off from a genuine place. Meghan would then say to impregnate the planet mentality, it's creepy and it comes off like the actions of a cult leader more than a person who wants to expand their family to save the planet. She then would note, regular Americans can't relate to Elon's strange take on the pro-family argument because it feels impersonal and imagined. Meghan would then end her argument by saying Elon is an eccentric billionaire who lives an entirely different life compared to the world, and none of us can fathom it. At number 4, we have Johnny Depp. Now, Musk did take the high road during Amber's and Johnny's trial. Even though his name was dropped throughout the trial, Depp's lawyers even alleged Amber had an affair with Elon before Johnny and Amber officially called things off. Musk would go on to say that both Johnny and Amber are acceptable people when they're at their best. However, during the trial, Johnny would send some texts that were a little less flattering. Johnny would call Elon Musk Elon Mollis. In other words, he would channel his inner Jack Sparrow and compare the CEO of Tesla to a slug. because he got with his ex-wife. Gotta love it when Johnny surprises us with our beloved character, Captain Jack Sparrow sometimes. And number 3, we have Azealia Banks. According to a series of Instagram stories posted on Banks' page, she said that Grimes invited her over to Elon's Los Angeles mansion to work on some new music. However, Banks would then spend the weekend alone in the mansion while Grimes was confronting Elon after he announced on Twitter he was taking Tesla private at $420 per share funding secured. Funding, however, wasn't secured and he would be ordered to pay $20 million by the SEC. Banks would then tweet that Elon was a beta male and that he had hair plugs to convince himself he was the alpha. While Musk has claimed that he's never met Banks, he has come out to say that she saw him in the kitchen tucking his tail in between his legs, lying to investors to cover up his behind after the tweet. She then would also note that she could run Tesla way better than he could. And number 2, we have Bill Gates. Bill Gates and Elon Musk have argued over everything from climate change to the pandemic, and it's clear that these two just don't like each other. Back in April, however, Elon asked Bill if he was short selling Tesla shares. Bill would respond by saying, "I'm sorry, I haven't closed it out. I would just like to discuss the philanthropy possibilities." Musk would then clap back by saying, "I can't take your philanthropy on climate change seriously, and when you have a massive short position against Tesla, the company's doing the most to solve climate change right now." This isn't the first time the two would have a public disagreement, as back in 2020, Bill bought himself an electric Porsche and Elon said that his conversations with Gates have been pretty underwhelming. And at number 1 today, we have Sarah Palin. So Sarah Palin has had some opinions that have left us wanting to hear more. On her Facebook page, she called Tesla a loser and accused Elon's signature car of turning into a brick when its battery completely discharged. She then went on to say companies like Tesla received a substantial amount of funding in their early stages of development and then would lay off most of their workforce to remain profitable. Elon Musk would then respond by the tweet by saying, "Sarah Palin called Tesla a loser. I'm deeply wounded," and ooh, you can see the sarcasm dripping out of the words as you read them. He then went on to note that bricking happens when the battery pack is unplugged for too long and it can't be revived, but it's covered under the warranty. Well, that's all for this video today, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy. Pretty limited. Are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. At number 7, we have Jeff Bezos. Apparently Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk fire him. After Musk would fire him and the friendly rivalry stopped being so polite and it started to get really heated. Once had dinner together back in 2000. While Musk has never claimed that he